So we got a quick review of the Minion DHF 3C Max grip 2.5 WT in the EXO casing. So I've got it set up on a Stans Flow Mark III, so it's 29mm internal diameter, so a nice wide rim, strong rim. I usually run the Maxx Terra. I've always run the Maxx Terra 3C. So I've gone the softer compound this time around. It's all they had in the shop, which has turned out to be a really good choice. So the Tyre compared to the Maxx Terra is still wearing actually really well. So this has been 3 months, and you can see the side knobs are definitely getting chewed out, but not badly. Like, it's had a fair bit of life, and it's had a hard. It's done a lot of hard runs. Middle's still killer. The side knobs, the lefties, obviously looking at them, I corner harder on the left, turning left than I do turning right. They've fared really well. The EXO casing feels stout, feels strong. I haven't had any issues with punctures or holes or any issues like that. The width is excellent. It feels really confidence inspiring in comparison to the 2.3. You don't realise how small the 2.3s are until you've ridden a 2.5 for a little while and then go back to one, and they kind of feel like pizza cutters. They still got all the grip in the world, but just, I think it's the visual thing that gives you a bit of extra confidence. So one thing that I have noticed with this is when I leave it overnight, it leaks sealant through the casing on the top as well as on the sides, so you can see stuff like that, and it's pretty regular. But one thing to note about that is they did use a really thin, it's like a blue coloured sealant, which I've never really seen before. I usually run the standard Stans stuff, which is the creamy off-white coloured sealant. So it's lost a fair bit through seeping through the sidewalls and through the casing, but it's never created an issue, so it's just something to note. Grip wise, it feels super confidence inspiring. It's reliable. You can lay it over and you know the tyre is going to do exactly what you want it to do. Still rolls pretty well. I haven't put it back to back against the Maxx Terra, so I don't really know exactly how it rolls, but it doesn't feel like it's slowing me down. It definitely doesn't feel like it's slowing me down. I've never run the DHR2 at the front, but I've run it at the back. I've run the High Roller 2s front and back. So comparing this to a High Roller 2, or just comparing a DHF to a High Roller 2 in general, the DHF feels like it tracks a straight line better. It feels like it's a more secure tyre, but the High Roller 2 hooks up in loose stuff a little bit better. The side knobs seem to just scream grip when you're in loose, dusty stuff. So I like the High Roller 2s for that, but this tyre feels softer, feels more stout than a High Roller 2, and a little more calm overall. And they don't wear out nearly as soon. So the High Roller 2, because it's got a thinner side knob, as soon as you start tearing them, they just feel unsecure and sketchy. So they're they become a little bit unpredictable. Whereas these things, you know, you can see the wear, and there's a lot of wear there, and they're still super predictable. They still feel like they're new. Grip's there. I'm just about to change it over because we've got a race coming up this weekend. So I'm going to put a fresh DHF Maxx grip, same tyre, same again. Again with the comparison to the DHR2s and the High Roller 2s, so I run DHFs front and back. I was running a DHR2 on the back for a little while just because it worked out with a convenience thing when I was getting my wheels built and whatnot. I had it lying around. But I have put holes in the DHR2s on the top just from rock strikes and just unusual happenings, like, you know, rolling down the trail and then psss, out it goes. So I've had that a couple of times with DHR2s because I always used to run the DHR2 at the back. And I've also had it with High Roller 2s where I've put holes in the top also. But touch wood, I've never done that with a DHF. So that's why I run DHFs front and back. It's not a lot to do with how they feel or whatever, it's more about the robustness. So I like the performance of the DHR2. I've read that they're a little slower, but I really don't think it's enough to make the difference of, oh no, I'm not going to run it because it's a little bit slower. It's more about the durability. I've not yet put any holes in the tops of DHFs, so they stay on the bike for now. So I run the dual compound at the back, just the EXO TR, and the 3C at the front with the maxx grip. So for me, good combo, rolls fast, makes the bike track a straight line really well. It really feels good, and good for anything but mud. So yeah, DHF maxx grip feels killer. I'm happy with it.